Here we are at Rally Point Grill with Jacob Carrier, uh, veteran and local business owner of JDog
Yes.
Junk Removal.
Yes.
Um, he's here today to answer some questions on live fire. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I'm sure you've watched us and you know how this goes.
Yes.
Um, let's get
You
started.
you just try to kill me
Yeah, absolutely.
each wing. All right. Smells good.
Yeah, we try to, have a little bit of happiness to this. So,
That's not bad.
what inspired you to join the military and which branch did you serve in? You finish it.
It's really
Let
not
me let
bad.
you think about the question while you're, contemplating the heat.
Okay, now it's starting to come. Um, so we come from a long military family background. Dad was in the Air Force. His dad was Army. And then it goes all the way back. Um, Interestingly enough, I wasn't going to join the military. And then a little thing called 2008 happened. And I was working at Southern Staircase, and housing bust happened. Got laid off, and lost my truck, lost a bunch of stuff, and I was like, well, where do I go? So naturally, I went in the military, and I joined the Navy, and I was there from 2008 to 2015. Loved it, wouldn't change it.
Well, fantastic. Thank you for your service, especially during that time.
Thank you.
I graduated '06 from high school, and I was in that same pool of that thought.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do from here?
Right,
So,
right.
how was, well, actually, next wing.
Oh,
It's
okay. All right. Well,
fun, right?
yeah, that was actually pretty good. Spicy.
Yeah, we try to
Pretty good.
have, flavor to it. I mean,
Yeah.
we could sit here and kill you all day, but uh,
Oh.
slight enjoyment. So, with your transition from military service to civilian life, you
Mm.
know, how did that impact your personality and, you know, in the professional world coming back? I mean, I know it's hard for a lot.
Well, yeah, and really, I think all of us really struggle with this, right? You got your camaraderie, you got your structure, you got your, that kind of thing. You know your place, you know where you're going, you know what to do. I mean, even the top brass always has somebody telling them what to do, right? So getting out, I just felt lost. Like, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go?
Where are my orders?
All right, exactly. Luckily I married my wife, while I was in, so I had that stability and she really is my rock. So she was able to ground me and help me. But I mean, it's just a feeling of what do I do? Where do I go? What I don't have I'm not doing anything today. I don't have purpose. And of course, you have a job, but it's not the same. Um, and the way you talk to people, because you and I can have a conversation, but me and a civilian can't really have the same conversation. So that took a long time for me to really, and I'm still working on that, to register the difference between the two. Okay, hot, not hot.
Yeah, don't wipe your eyes with these napkins.
Oh yeah. So that's really the biggest thing, just the structure, not knowing what to do, not knowing where to go, and just the way that you talk to people. You always try to have respect, but I can call you whatever, and you're not going to take offense. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. And if it's anything like me, having the significant other give orders
Uh-huh.
helps.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. Sometimes it still does today.
Absolutely.
And I've been out for almost 10 years, so
Yeah. Well, someone's got to keep us in line.
yeah.
So, how was that wing?
It was tasty.
Yeah.
It's hot. Tasty, but hot.
Well, this one's a dry rub coming up next, so it
Is it?
should hit you, but it shouldn't stay with you because it's not going to coat the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. Oh, it's getting hotter. They said this would be fun. That's what they said.
Well, for the majority of the crowd, it is.
Nope, that's face. Oh.
Oh, this year you're dirty. This year you're
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
clean.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I'll eat it. Just give me one
yeah,
second.
yeah. So next, ask you a little bit about starting your franchise. I know that you were one of the newest franchisees of JDog Junk Removal.
Um, yes, I believe so. Especially in Georgia. There's three other guys in Georgia. We got one in Dawsonville. We got one down in Peachtree City, and we got one in Brunswick. Brunswick. Um,
So with being fresh into the franchise, can you walk us can you walk us through some of the early days of your business and any challenges you faced? Obviously there's the challenges of, getting back into civilian life, but coming on board to, we can all build our business and have our own, aspirations for it, but moving into a franchise where it's, layered out for you.
what?
Any challenges that you come across at the beginning of starting your franchise?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the funds really. We had a timeline set up. We wanted to get going. And we were going to do it in spring of 23. We went to the bank to try to get the funds, and the first bank, fell through. So then we went to the second bank, but we had to wait, go through the process again, and we didn't wind up opening until September. Anybody in junk removal business knows, shaking y'all, this is hot. Anybody knows that fall and winter are down months for the junk removal business. The people just aren't, they hibernate.
Yeah.
So that was the challenge. Getting the funds and then having to open up a little bit later than we wanted to. It really just set us back a little bit. So timing is always, always a challenge. And
like you said, you were aiming for spring and
right.
challenges with financing and everything, which, everyone has. Put you in September, and yeah, of course,
Yeah.
it's a tough time. I know I don't do any spring cleaning in September, so.
Right. Right.
But you catch up a little bit here.
I guess I don't like dry rubs because that one was not as tasty as the other one.
Fair. I don't think that was really much of a flavored dry rub. It was just a heat dry rub.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I'm sure that's in the reel.
Oh, you want me to eat this next one? Is that what we're waiting for?
I'll let you lead on this one. Whenever you take the bite, I'll start my question.
Okay. Okay. I'm dying. It's hot. Oh.
All right.
Well,
So you may have answered this a little bit with the last question. Of course, timing and financing, are big factors on starting a new business or joining a franchise. What advice would you give to other veterans who are considered starting a business or even joining a franchise?
that was good. That was spicy. Oh, ask that question.
Yeah, I'll ask again. What advice could you give other veterans for, buying into a franchise or starting their own business? Of course, there's timing, like you were talking about. Make sure you time it right. Financing, we know, is usually the hardest thing. to acquire, starting a business, joining a franchise, think buying a home? What is the
Yeah,
toughest thing?
you
What
know,
else would you say?
I think, funds, timing, that kind of thing. But you got to know your market.
Yeah.
You got to know your business. You got to know, you got to know your customer base before you even get started. And what I mean by that is when you're out there marketing, because you got to market a lot before you even get your job. So my tongue is literally, um,
Uh,
yeah. So you're not going to market to a guy that's got a trailer and a big jacked up truck and obviously cuts his own grass and does his own housework. You're not going to want to market to him. So you got to know your customer base. You got to know your market before you're going in, and you really got to know your competitors. Because if you don't know what your competitors are doing, then you're already behind the game. Um, so I think that dry rub's still on my lips, by the way. So I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just know your market, know your customer base, and make sure that you know your the business that you want to go in. Already know it and already have it planned out,
right.
and what you're gonna do, and how you're gonna do it, and all that stuff. I think those are the biggest things.
I like that, knowing what your competitors are doing. If you go into a business and your competitors are already blowing you out of the water with your concept at the beginning,
Thank you.
then you've already lost. So yeah, knowing what your competitors are doing on business is huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're almost there.
Oh. Yeah.
Just two more.
Oh.
And they do get hotter as we go. Would you agree that
Shut your mouth.
Would you agree that they've gotten hotter?
Yes.
Okay.
They've gotten hotter. This was pleasantly nice compared to the rest of these. One of these better not be named Liquid Death, I swear.
It's funny.
Because it's called Liquid Death.
Because there's a little bit of liquid death in all of these.
Y'all are such assholes. Okay.
All right. So let's go on to your franchise. You bought into JDog Junk Removal. That's JDog Junk. What sets JDog Junk Removal apart from?
I'm the one eating this stuff, not you.
But you're making me laugh, so you're doing such a great job.
Okay, all right. So, JDog Junk Removal and Hauling, right? We're a veteran-owned franchise. We're a veteran-owned business. The franchisor who initially started JDog Junk Removal is a Army guy, and JDog was his call sign in the Army. That's where the JDog comes from. We try to focus hiring and retention of veterans. Everybody has the goal that they want to shoot for, and JDogs is trying to lower the veteran unemployment because it's skyrocketed now. It's especially for guys that's coming back that doesn't, they don't really know what they're doing, where they're going. It's a nice place for them to come and have that camaraderie that they've had in the military previously. And because we're veteran, we have a certain standard that we like to keep ourselves. So that's basically what I think sets us apart. I mean, we come ingrained with manners already. I'm from the South, so I was born and raised here in Georgia, so I've already had the manners ingrained in me, but it was just beat more in depth in the military.
Good luck.
Oh, that really makes me want to eat it now.
All right. And you are right. In the South, it's ingrained into us. Manners and yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Thank you for. You're welcome. no matter what their age is, whether they're younger or older.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the military ingrains that even further, obviously through rank.
Is this in the right spot?
Did I mess up?
I don't know. This one doesn't seem as spicy.
I think all your taste buds are burnt.
Probably because that one should be here.
Wait till you get to that one. Careful what you say about that last one. That's usually the ringer. We wanted to, give you a break.
That one's not that spicy.
So you did mention, through discipline and your values in the military, it's helped in business and, give opportunities to veterans that are unemployed. And obviously it helps having the same ilk of person that's willing to put their morals first.
Mm-hmm.
How do you ensure the values and discipline of the military are maintained in your business with the employees? Is it kind of given with the veterans that you hire, or is it trained, or?
Yeah, I mean, we just the guys that come out of the military, they know what they know how to act, they know how they're expected to act. Excuse me.
Did I have that one out of place? Or did it catch up to you?
No, it's just all the rest of them. They know how to act. We just ask that they, remember their military training, their military experience, and we just ask them to maintain that and bring that to their everyday work here. And I think that's also, one thing why it's so good is because we're not asking them to change their inherent code. So yeah, I mean, we don't really have to do anything outside of the norm.
Perfect. And I hope I haven't talked up this last wing.
I don't know. We'll see.
So this last wing is our in-house sauce that we make here at Rally Point Grill.
Yeah.
It's nuclear. It's all homemade, fresh ingredients, and you can get it on a flamethrower burger or on wings as well in-house. So hopefully it meets the standard of the first 5.
So psychos are telling me everybody eat this.
We do. We have a few gentlemen that come in, and we'll order 20 of them, and we'll finish it like it's nothing.
Okay, I'll get to that one in a second.
He wants to go back to the first one, huh?
No, I'm going back to them.
Glutton for punishment.
Yeah, these don't seem so spicy now.
Right.
Oh, I'm not eating that one. That one can go away.
Oh, you eat the dry rub. I said, no, you win. So I know you're making your way through it.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to the last one, just go ahead and take a bite out of it.
This one's kind of sweet. I like this.
Can you share a success story or a milestone that you were particularly proud of in your business journey? I know it's started recently, but we all have those milestones and successes, even small or big. They are a success to ourselves. So.
Yeah. Let's see. So we're coming up on a milestone. Well, what's the month? We're in May. Yeah. So not as close as I thought. We just hit 6 months, right? No. Excuse me? Oh, March. Okay. So we hit our 6-month milestone. So that's big for me, personally. But I guess the success story, we're in this to help people. And everybody's got different stories and everybody's got different things going on in their life. So, and we don't know when we show up, we don't know what we're going to have. We don't know if it's going to be a hoarder house or if it's going to be like just an OCD guy or girl or woman or whatever who has, just found too much stuff in their eyes and they're just wanting it gone. So Um, we love helping people. We love doing all that. Really, I think a success story that I find good is um, we try to donate as much as we can, um, and we were taking it, to Goodwill and all that stuff. But we just found a couple months ago um, the Cherokee County Veterans Thrift Store over there, and I think it's part of the Homeless Veterans Program. So we started sending stuff over there. Um, we picked up this. A customer was moving. Had this beautiful wicker outdoor furniture, right? I didn't want to throw it away, so we took it over there, and I was like, Miss Viola, I got this. I called her up. I was like, I got this furniture, this wicker furniture. It's big, it's huge, but it's still in good shape. It's beautiful. I was like, do you want it? And of course, she wanted it. The very next day, she sold it for, a lot of money for the program. So, I think success story for me personally is being able to, have a place that I can, donate the unwanted furniture so that the customers can feel happy because they don't want their stuff to be thrown away. They just don't want it.
There's some one.
So us being able to turn around and make it have a better use than it was for somebody else. It's twofold. It's helping the homeless veterans here in Cherokee County, and also helping people that might not otherwise be able to get this kind of stuff easily afford it.
Right.
So I got a few more, but that one's near and dear to me.
No, absolutely. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Right.
When it comes to the means of, affordability and
that was bad.
Wonderful thing. And that's usually the case with most of these, OCD or hoarders. Such a good piece or whatever it may be, they don't want to get rid of it. But they also don't have the room, so it just sits in the room and then they call you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting there. Okay, here we go. All right.
Last one.
Oh, I see you put a little bit extra on it.
Maybe.
It just smells hot.
So I know that you are a franchisee of JDog Junk Removal. If there is a veteran watching this right now that's looking for something to do that, feels lost, won't have orders, what would your advice be to them? Whether it's reaching out to JDog Junk Removal or anything in the area, what would your advice be for them if they're looking for something to kind of like you were?
Right. That's not hot either.
Oh no, we beat our nuke sauce. You sure?
No, it's not hot either. I think you put these out of
I think
order.
I just burned you so bad that your tongue was like done. It's all been neutralized in my.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, here, take another of that one again. Then.
if you're fresh out, if you're lost, if you're just struggling to find your purpose, I mean, there's plenty. The American Legion, if you're eligible, the VFW. There's also a military group that meets over at Reformation Milvet.
I believe that's every Monday at
It is,
6 o'clock. I believe.
Yes, that's correct. So there's a lot of military organizations out here in the local, Cherokee area, and then, that if they're missing that camaraderie, or if they're kind of struggling, if they just need a little bit of guidance or advice or just anything, there's plenty of programs and areas around here, for them to get the help, get the camaraderie. My best advice would just be to look up your local veteran and shop around. you know, because what I think is best for me might not be best for somebody else. You know, so just shop around, you know, try to find your place. You know, even though you transition out in the civilian world, I mean, there's still a lot of us around that still want to help each other. Um, so if anybody's ever feeling lost, you know, there's plenty of programs out there for guys like us that can just fit in.
Yeah.
You know, because I mean, I don't know what branch you were, but I mean, we're still brothers.
Actually didn't serve.
Oh,
Grandpa
okay.
talked me out of it in 2008.
No, yeah, okay.
Called him and said, "Do you want me to talk you into it or talk you out of it?" I said, "Both. I can do both." And did a better job of the latter. So.
Right, right. Well, I mean, either way, you know, there's plenty. You know, we're all brothers and sisters, so there's plenty of people out there wanting to help. You know, and nobody's ever really alone. You just got to reach out. And that's the biggest thing. Reach out.
Yep. That's what we try to, spread here. That there's always a place, always someone to talk to.
All right, come here.
Yep.
This is a great place. I mean, I love coming here. I always feel welcome.
I could tell you story upon story of veterans that we've helped, mentally, physically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's endless. So, and with the help of the homeless veterans of Cherokee County as well.
Yeah.
Jim Lindenmeyer and his group, and so thrift store. Everyone's just trying to help,
Right.
It's lacked for too long, and I think we're finally, I would say, coming around. Oh, really?
No.
I would say that, more so of the community is starting to realize that the veteran was forgotten for many decades, and now I think everyone's trying to get together and bring us back together.
Right.
So,
And that's unfortunate, but I'm glad that we've got this new movement going.
Yeah.
And I hope it continues.